victory, which means that we have beaten the mighty Lamborghini Aventador, and we have beaten our personal best time, which was 3 minutes 3 seconds last time, and now we have the magnificent Lamborghini Aventador. All we have to do now is just take it down in order for us to drive it and to achieve the maximum upgrades. Now, since we just crashed into it and taken it down, Lamborghini is ours, and now we can drive it. I cannot wait for this. It's such a great car. So we're just gonna jump into the car straight away. Lamborghini Aventador. Yep, so just gonna jump to the car straight away. Oh, we're not allowed to do this since we are in a pursuit. It's not good. Eagering the sense to drive it. So we've evaded the pursuit and we've got 2,075 points, and so we're just going to jump into the Aventador as soon as possible. Jump to car, and now we are in the greatest car of all time, in my opinion. Just look at that car, it just looks really good. I want to see how I can drive it, if it's that good to drive. And just from hearing that engine sound, it's quite a crisp and powerful sound which is making, all of the 600 horsepower which it has to use for us. Just jumped over the side of the ledge, which is not good. But oh well, let's just jump into our first race and see what this car is made of, really. So straight away, without any upgrades whatsoever, I can see that it's a quite quick accelerating car. I think 0 to 60 time is about 3 seconds in this car, which is significantly quicker than the other cars which we were driving before. I think the only closest one which I could think which had come to this was the MP4-12C, which I think was 3.2 seconds. Yeah, so the first race is a sprint race, park and country. It's an easy difficulty type. If we win, we get burn nitrous and the other 2 upgrades. I'm just going to skip the intro and just jump into the whole game. Yeah, so as you can see, we have much harder opponents this time. We have much powerful cars, such as the Maserati. Just did not see that corner and went straight on. Yep, so as you can see, I'm driving this car without any upgrades done to this since it's the first race, and it's a great feeling car. It's quite quick, great handling, great control. It's a great drive overall.
Back on the road.
So I'm just gonna enjoy the driving experience of this. Play this game never again. Maybe. Yeah, so just second place now, and we're gonna take over the Pagani Hyura, but got stopped in our tracks by the massive truck coming our way, which we crashed into straight on. I'm gonna avoid crashing into the roadblock of level 3 heat level, and yeah, so we've decreased our rank to 4th position, and I'm gonna try gain it again by driving properly and trying to win. So into the interstate at 113 miles an hour, great entry speed, 2.6 miles until the finish, 4th position, not for long because we're going to overtake this car, 145 miles an hour, and take out the other car, overtake it. Now only car in sight is the Hyura again. Try to get the lead over it to make us definite winners. Yeah, so it's just gonna, since we have no boost, there's no way I can have the extra power to take it over, but we're gonna streamline into it and we're just gonna take it down, which was fortunate because of the police car which was ramming into me, and we just went through a color change, and look at that color, that looks magnificent for this car. I think personally that it matches the car superbly. It's a great color for the car, and we've just taken the wrong turn, but oh well. I think we'll go the same way. Maybe not. Oh, finishes in sight. I think we're going to go second position due to our wrong turn, which third position is okay. We won 3,000 points. It's okay. So we'll just jump into next race because this race was alright. Third position, not that good. So in this next race, it's stopping power. It's a medium difficulty race. If we win, we get lightweight chassis and track tires, which increases our acceleration, and track tires means more control. Grip onto the road. So our next race, just jump into it. Fourth position right now, 159 miles an hour. Going into the race, great speed, I think. Okay, so the Hyura, just take it down, and then next our opponent, which we have to. Our next rival in sight is a Veyron Super Sports. Okay, wasn't expecting that since. Oh yeah, it is the next car which we need to beat. But I will. We've just been demoted to fourth. Don't know, because of the hectic police all crashing into us. And oh, I realise why. Because we have no tyres. Just realised this due to the red sparks coming out of the tyres. 101 miles an hour is the max we can do. So we just went through a speed camera at 101 miles an hour. Not the quickest I've ever been, but in a car which has no reinflating tyres or boosts or anything, I just think that we have to restart the race because I think there's no chance whatsoever that we could actually hope for a win or third place, because the lead over the rivals was so huge. We're just going to skip the intro again and try the race again, avoiding blowing our tyres again, since we do not have the perk which we can reinflate our tyres, which we have to earn from a medium difficulty race, I think, which we have to do in the future. So we've just crashed right into the back of the Bugatti Veyron and just getting taken out by the police, hitting a dead end on the race. Not a great start. Third position, the Veyron's already taken me over. It wouldn't be surprising since it is the world's fastest car. Yeah, so we're just gonna streamline, take it over again. Yeah, so that was a great start and great overtake. So just going to drift into this, have a nice drift coming out, slower in, faster out, as I say. Try get a tight line, avoid crashing, which reduces our speed. Oh, I just spiked into the road again and we've lost all our tyres again. Personally, a rubbish start again, since we can only go 101 miles an hour again. I did not see the road spikes on the road. I think it was due to the police ramming me all around in four ways. So I think I should quit this and try another race. So we're just going to leave the event. Just go through this auto repair. I did not see this in the race, or we could have actually went on. Yeah, so we've got a chase going on right now. Don't worry, we're gonna jump into the next race and try win. So, oh, we've just done the same race again, quite stupidly. Oh well, third time lucky. Yeah, try win this time, or else we just try another race. I'm gonna be extra careful not to like crash into a red spike again, which would make us lose. So Pagani Hero next to us, blue colour, rubbish colour, just looks rubbish colour really, in my opinion. Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, which is second, which we're gonna crash into, and I've just went into another road spike. This time it's okay because we've still got 2 tyres left, which is sufficient maybe to win a race. if I don't get taken out. You know what, I'm just going to leave the event and try a different race this time, really. I could do this, but we have a limited time which I can play the game. So the next race we're going to do is Trailblazer. We're just going to set the destination, and it's 2.5 miles away, so we're just going to drive to it since we haven't seen the location of it. Yeah, so since we're level 1, I don't see the point of them deploying road spikes on the road, which is quite an inconvenience, really. Because we're not in a race and there is going to be spikes, which just ruins the experience of driving the best car. So 1.7 miles to go. Just gonna do the best we can, just do more stunts. So 1.4 miles, let's go. So yeah, so comparing this car to my awesome Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, I must say that this car is slightly slower due to it's not having the full upgrades happening on it, because I've upgraded the McLaren fully. This car is not fully upgraded, so I don't know the potential of this car, the speed of it. I would say, comparing it to the Mercedes SLS AMG, standard one, which is starting, I would say that this car feels much quicker, lighter, and more stable to drive. So I would say overall, this is probably the best car that in the game that I've driven. I do not know about the Bugatti Veyron or the Pagani Hura or the first car, which I'm not actually sure which it is. I thought it was the Hura, but now. But yeah, so we started our next race, 4.1 miles to finish, and level 6 wanted level. Ooh, quite hard actually. Yeah, so just drift into the first corner. Great drift, and I've seen on the little heads-up display that we've driven 10.3 miles in this car. And I would say, as I've just explained before, this is one of the best cars in the game which I've driven. I think it's much better to drive than the previous two cars which I've unlocked, which is the MP4-12C McLaren and the Porsche 918 Concept. Frankly, I would say the Porsche 918 was a terrible car, which I could have driven in this game. It was not as good, I would say, to a car which would be 4th ranked as most wanted. It was not great at all. It did not have good acceleration, did not have good control, which I was quite disappointed in, since it was a concept car and it should be a bit futuristic, really. Such as this car, look at it, it just looks Futurama, really. Level 6 wanted level, 1.1 miles to go. I think we're 3rd position. Yep, we have one car behind us, but the lead in front of us with the other cars is quite big, actually. It's quite significant. 0.5 miles to go. I'll try my best to catch them up and try get the 2nd position. We can see that both 2 cars in front of us are finished, and we're going to end up being 3rd place at 1.44.95 was our final time of the race. Okay, we're going to try all the races which are available for this car. Whether or not we actually win the races is not a problem. It just playing it just matters. So we're going to set the destinations for this race. 5.1 miles to go. So for this pursuit, currently we're gonna get 2,270, which we're in cooldown, so which will be alright, and which will add to our 671,930 points which we have. So level 1 cooldown, and I'm maxing the Lamborghini and the interstate as much as I can, avoiding crashing and avoiding just jumping off Great drift going into this interstate corner. I would say the map on this game is quite good and quite large. I wouldn't say it's the best driving map which I have ever experienced. I would say the best driving map would be Burnout Paradise, as I've said before, not being biased towards it, because due to the corners and the speed which you can gather, I would say it's a much fun experience to drive in. Not saying that this map, Fairhaven in this game, is not a great map. It's still a great map, but I would say it lacks the map engineering, which map structuring, if you would say, of making the best map for a game. Saying this map does still have great drifting corners, but I would say Burnout has more quantity, much more larger quantity of drifting corners, which would suit me as a gamer, because I like to drift a lot and try get max speed through corners. Really, I'm not sure about other gamers. They might like this map. I would say that the graphics in this map and the buildings is much excelled from the other Need for Speed games which I've played before. Yeah, so it's a great leap in the engineering gaming and driving games, but I would say it lacks some vital key features which I would expect in a great driving game, which I would expect from a great game designer such as Need for Speed. Yeah, there are some great features which I like in this game, such as the easy drive, which is much more simpler than the one in Burnout Paradise. The other one was a bit too much complicated, and the other one is that you don't have to constantly drive into the car junkyards to collect cars and to drift into them. All you have to do is go into easy drive, change car, and you can pick one of the cars which you have already unlocked. Okay, so we've reached our destination for our next race, so let's just get into it. It's called the Gateway. It's a speed run, and the difficulty is hard.